episode of I'm mad that I have to pay taxes and Jeff Bezos doesn't. Today I'm just going to remake this jacket. Why would I want to do that? Well, friends, let me tell you what. This is one of the most comfortable jackets that I have ever owned. And just looking at this jacket and saying to myself, I could use another one. So I'm just going to copy the pattern of this jacket without cutting it up. And we're just gonna try to make another one. But with like quilted stuff, you know. I want to wear a quilt all day, every day. Do I have to have a reason? I don't think I do. Yeah, let's get started. I'm really just upset that I had to do taxes today and I just want to make myself feel better. I think that's okay sometimes. I'm gonna go put in a different scrunchie. You might be asking yourself, how are you gonna turn that jacket into a quilt jacket? Well, this is my heirloom quilt. This quilt is actually 53 years old, but the fabric is like 87 years old, 88 years old. I would love to take this gorgeous, I'm gonna call it agave pattern. I'm gonna take this lovely pattern and I wanna put this on a jacket, but maybe scale it down a bit so it's a little more obvious. But I mean, it's stunning. Who wouldn't want that on a jacket or on everything? But now you're also probably saying, didn't your last quilting experience go kind of bad? And to that I say, I have had a lot of experience since then. I have made a shirt costume, which we dare not talk about, and I think at this point, 6 other quilts, which I will show you now.
It was only 5, I'm sorry.
All right, let's cut over to the measurements that I've just taken. Here I have basically drawn out some pattern pieces for this jacket, or what I assume is correct. I did use a measuring tape to take all these down. It's a pretty simple jacket here, but I'm just going to be going off of this diagram.
The funny part of this is I didn't even use these patterns to make my jacket pieces. I simply just traced directly from the jacket onto the fabric, so just ignore this entirely.
I feel like the measuring part of it is kind of boring, and dare I say it, self-explanatory. Please don't fight me. All right, I'm not sure which one of my ancestors made that quilt, but like, holy hell, why would you decide to do 11-inch squares? What is that prime number shit? Oh my god, no. I'm going to modify this based on a 12-inch square because I am not fucking with that. No.
No, God! No, God, please, no! 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 No!
How do we scale this? What's the base of scaling it? Ooh, 3-inch stitching. So we should scale it down by half. Yeah, that would be perfect. And then it just is like, this is just 6-inch squares. And then that's it. And then we're done. And then I'm not gonna talk about it anymore.
So I have drawn this diagram of the block in my heirloom quilt for you guys, making it nice and convenient. Don't thank me. This is the 12-inch by 12-inch block, breaking it all down into the dimensions. This length goes for this upper edge right here, and then likewise this one is for this upper edge, and so on and so forth. Yeah, and this scales down really lovely into a 6-inch by 6-inch square. Here is the square how it's going to be set up exactly on the jacket with the quilting lines included here in red. So there's that little square here, and there's these lines here that intersect right exactly at the halfway point, and that's how the cookie crumbles, or how the jacket unravels. I don't know. Yeah, there you go.
I picked these colors. Can you see them? Are they nice? I didn't ask for your opinion. Jacket here, and I'm just gonna like lay them out, see how many I eat. That would be smart. It's smart, isn't it? I'm smart. Okay. A bird literally just flew into my window. That was terrifying. Oh, I think he hurt himself. This is dramatic. Go away. Fly away. Whew. That's That's scary. We're working on a really big quilt, so that's why I have these. Yeah, I think I'm gonna stick with the 6-inch blocks because I want the pattern to be like at least sort of clear on the sleeves and stuff. And I worry if I scale it up more, it's gonna like start cutting off like whole pieces of pattern like on the front and in the sleeves. So we're gonna cut these out. So some 6-inch blocks together, 19 of them, and go from there. How long does it take to sew a quilt top together, folks? Honestly, a long time. You know what? For a fabulous quilt jacket, any amount of time is worth it.
One eternity later.
Oops, I accidentally made half a jacket and I had to go with it. But not to worry, folks, all is well in nonsense land. We haven't made the sleeves yet, so luckily you guys will get to see how I go about doing that. It's pretty much the same procedure as these other 3 pieces. It's the hardest piece of the whole jacket pieces, I guess. So I figured I'd just show you guys that, and from there it's pretty easy to figure out how I went and made the rest of these pieces. Right now all I have is our 2 front pieces, the back piece. As you can see, this is the stitching. I chose a just beige thread. I didn't want it to be like super loud. This pattern's already pretty loud anyway, but you know, navy would have been cute too. Oh yeah, and this is part of the first part of the assembly of, at least from what I have learned, most jackets, shirts, bodices, is that the shoulders are the first seams that you do. So that's why I've already gone ahead and done that. And here's another thing. I did binding for both pieces and then I just sewed them together right there. Let's start making the sleeves. I don't remember if I already went over this, but you kind of just find a piece of clothing that you like and trace it or take it apart to make the pattern again. If you want to get the measurements for a sleeve without taking your jacket apart, you're gonna need 4 measurements. The wrist measurement, fold it nice and flat, so from here to here, then times 2, and that's the circumference around your wrist. You're gonna need the top of the sleeve, from your shoulder to your wrist measurement, the bottom of the sleeve, bottom of your wrist to your armpit, and then you're gonna need the straight distance from here to here. And then from there, draw out our sleeve pattern. All right, just for reference, if you guys are, for whatever insane reason, trying to make this at home, these are my measurements for the sleeve. It's a pretty chunky wide sleeve. I am a size small in most things.
Oh honey, you're gonna need some more measurements than that. So the next measurement we're actually going to need is this one that I'm going to call the bicep. The next one we're just going to call the length, and that's from the bicep point to the wrist. Then the next one we're just going to call the shoulder, and it's from the bicep point to the shoulder seam. Start drawing your axes. The axis is going to be the length plus the shoulder length, and then draw in your wrist measurement horizontally at the bottom. Next you're going to mark your bicep point. Draw in your bicep length at the bicep point. Duh. Okay. You're also going to want to mark the midway points on both sides of the biceps, and I drew in some vertical lines there for later what appears to be no reason. Go ahead and draw in your bottom of sleeve lengths from the wrist measurement to the outside of the bicep. So then you're going to draw a line from the top of the shoulder to the outer bicep. Make sure you label one side front and one side back. The front side, arm side, is going to be divided by 4. So mark those points. And then the back side is going to be divided by 3, and you're going to want to mark those points. Now from here, I'm going to leave it to you to go watch a Kim Dave video down in the description, because the accuracy and the visuals on that video are much better than mine. And my camera died in the middle of this, so you don't even get to see me draw the curves. Sorry, that was a big waste of time.
Well, folks, sorry my camera died again. We have our sleeve pattern here. Here we have a sleeve. Pasted and ready to quilt. I am down to desperately using sewn together scraps. Not because I don't have any money, but it's because I'm sustainable. But you should send me some money. Donate to the cause of defeating Jeff Bezos. So maybe I won't have to live like this anymore. Guess every scrap of fabric is gonna get used. And the inside, I guess, will also be a quilt. So as you can see here, I've sewn together some pieces. The next sleeve is going to be quite a bit more pieced together. Sorry for rushing through it, but I feel like this is pretty self-explanatory. Should I be using this spray glue on my table? No, but am I? Don't tell my mom. Snitches get stitches.
From this point, I was rushing towards the finish line. I was ready to really hand it to Jeff Bezos. I was eager, sewing my squares, just on a roll, really. There was one fear in the back of my mind, and that was that I was going to run out of fabric. I knew I was finally at the point where I would have to start picking scraps of fabric off of the floor and sewing them together. As I was gathering scraps and arranging them in the best possible use of their area to make a piece large enough to fit the backing of the sleeve, but I just couldn't seem to find enough. I was devastated. As the pieces I found got smaller and smaller, so did my will to keep working. It seemed like everything was falling apart.
Well, folks, it's getting very late. And as you can see, my resources are running thin. I don't know how I can defeat Jeff Bezos like this. If you wish to support me in my endeavor to become richer than Jeff Bezos, or just to take his tax money that he owes to the government, you can like and subscribe to this channel, and then maybe together we can right Jeff Bezos' wrongs. I need this jacket to do so. Maybe with enough hope and enough fabric, we can get something out here. I'd rather not have to order more fabric. You know, I'm very tired. Did it work? Did it actually work? Okay, I just looked at this jacket in the mirror, and this jacket is like absolute grandma fire. And I am so determined to finish this. The fashion is about to drop. I just finished the backing for the second sleeve, and I just wanted to let you all know that I really want to die. That's all. I'm so close, yet so far away, and I am so tired.
Unfortunately, the same problem that I had with the backing happened with the front of the second sleeve. I had succeeded the first time in finding hope.
There's nothing left.
And so the second time around,
Hardly anything left to salvage.
I was absolutely set
But you know what else?
on finishing the sleeve, no matter what it took.
Got nothing left to lose.
No matter how many or how tiny the scrap was, I was going to sew it together. I refused to order more fabric to complete this project and let Jeff Bezos win.
Check this out. Take a gander. Take that, Bezos. I don't need your stupid rainforest delivery service. I've got the power of thrift in these fists. Yeah.
After I had successfully set myself up for victory, now all that was left to do was the binding, which in some cases is technically a bias tape, which I am showing you in this clip. Not much exciting going on here, just a bias tape. And that was sewn all around the inside edges. The bias tape was for the inside edges, and the binding was for the outside edges that were visible.
Oh, this is so nice. Feels so expensive. Say something. Go ahead. Say something. Alright, I'm on some of the final steps after having finished all the seams on the inside. Look how lovely it is. Wow. We're going to be finishing the seams on the outside now, adding a collar, assuming I'm going to be able to add pockets tonight. Also, is a little ambitious. I've ordered some nice silver buttons, which I don't know when they're going to get here, but we'll do something fun with that when they get here. And I have put this on. Maybe you would assume this and maybe you didn't, but this is the most beautiful jacket in the entire world, and I feel so privileged to be able to make this for myself for no reason at all. Well, this journey has been arduous and slow, painful, and sort of a fever dream in a lot of ways. I don't regret it. This is how it's gonna be then. God. You're infringing on my workers' rights. So helpful, wow.
With essentially all my worries behind me, I set myself on the track to victory. I wasn't gonna let myself down.
Yeah, I have basically just enough fabric to finish the collar. Like, this was one piece I cut it in half and sewed it back together, like. Alright, I'm gonna tell you this really, really fast because I'm way too excited to slow down. So here we go. Okay, I don't like the way that this collar is sitting on me right now. It makes me look like I'm wearing an astronaut suit, and I feel like I could just like. I'm gonna take this. I'm gonna take this collar right here. You see it? I'm gonna take it, and I'm just gonna like move it down inside the jacket, and I'll help it sit like more angled to my neck. I was originally planning to cut this collar in a circle, and I think that that's what the original creators of this pattern did. Then I was like, nah, I don't have enough fabric for that. Now I'm gonna have to just move it down a little bit. It's not that deep. So yeah, okay. All right, bye. I want to wear this. I'm gonna finish this up. As I'm sewing this right now, I thought I'd include a little tip that I actually think is legit and that people would maybe like if you do some hand sewing, which if you do any sewing at all, you're probably gonna have to end up hand sewing something at some point. Machines fail us. So I'm just whip stitching this little band on to protect the raw edge of the collar that I sewed on. I noticed that the whip stitch looks a lot less like trash if instead of putting my needle in like over here, I'm gonna put it in right behind where the thread last came out. And then the thread will coil back into the fabric instead of like over here. You might be able to see better. You sort of get, and maybe this is the look that you want, I don't know, but like you can definitely see the threads here where they're sort of angling over, which could be a cute look if you're doing it like an edge detail or something, but right now we're not trying to see the threads. This over here definitely looks better. Plus the thread is the same color. I just thought you guys might like to know that. This is probably gonna be a really jarring end to video. Anyway, here is the jacket. I had to use this fabric for the inside of the collar. That was the end of that story. Remember those silver buttons we talked about? Here they are. It was very hard to put these on. Buttonholes to go with them, obviously. You know. And pocket. Oh, we got pockets. Well, I know you guys are all waiting for anyway, so let's just get right to the point.
You want to tell him? Yeah. Tell him what happened. You tell him what happened?
I wonder if a fall from this height would be enough to kill me.
I know you're all wondering, what happened with Bezos? Well, as I promised, Jeffrey Preston Bezos was vanquished. Don't ask me what that means. Capitalism is next. This is your girl in the jacket. Oh yeah, the back. Feast your eyes, peasants. I'm filming this currently a few weeks after, no, a long time after I finished the jacket, for real. Like, it's been like a month. So I apologize for the delay, but like, I was too busy wearing it. It's extremely comfortable, nice and toasty in preparation for June. Look at this seamless alignment. I got boobs, okay? I hope my grandmas are proud of me. I hope your grandmas are proud of me. They are. The process it would have been a heck of a lot shorter had I had enough fabric. However, I kind of can't appreciate the fact that this jacket was so sustainable and there was almost no waste created. I mean, I try not to waste fabric, but this was another level of zero waste. If you didn't learn anything, leave a like. If you learned something, tell me in the comments what you learned. Subscribe to this channel because I'm not going to constantly bother you with notifications. I will be the lowest maintenance subscription you have. You'll never be bothered by me until you're wondering, where did she go? And then I'll let you know. That's when I'll come back around. Hit the notification bell so you don't forget about me, because you will. And I'll see ya in the next one. What do you say when a video's over? Who knows? No one's ever been to the end of a video except you. You're here. And that means something. Okay, I think I'm gonna just stop now.
So chop.
Yeah.
Like this maybe? At your face.
Don't like throw it like cross.
Well, but at your face.
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh.
Keep going.
Money! It's raining money!